Bitcoin, the digital currency that has been making headlines for years, is once again in the news for its impressive performance this year. Despite the collapse of major crypto-focused banks, Bitcoin has managed to rise by 50% in 2023, outperforming major stock indexes and commodities. At the start of the year, Bitcoin was trading at just over $16,500. But on Wednesday, it was hovering around the $25,000 mark, thanks to a rally that began on Sunday. The surge in price this year is surprising given the fact that Bitcoin crashed by 65% in 2022 after a number of major collapses of projects and hedge funds, bankruptcies, liquidity issues, and the failure of FTX, one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges. However, industry insiders have attributed the recent rise to the closure of Silvergate Capital and Signature Bank, two of the biggest lenders to the crypto industry. The failure of these banks has shown a spotlight on the power of decentralized currencies that people can fully custody and own. Bitcoin is called a decentralized currency because it isn't issued by a single entity like a central bank. Instead, it relies on an underlying technology called blockchain, and its network is maintained by a community. U.S. regulators had to step in to guarantee customer deposits at these banks, but the intervention reminded investors about the structural deficiencies of the U.S. banking system and the U.S. dollar underpinning it. Reasons why we've seen a flight to Bitcoin this week. Bitcoin proponents have claimed that the digital currency is a way for investors to protect themselves against central bank moves, particularly quantitative easing and looser monetary policy, which they say erodes the value of fiat currency. Proponents point to Bitcoin's finite supply as a key feature of it being a store of value. The bank collapses came after a year of interest rate hikes from the U.S. Federal Reserve. Some analysts have suggested the stress on the financial sector could slow down the pace of rate hikes from the Fed, which could help risk assets, such as stocks and Bitcoin. That came even after Fed Chair Jerome Powell said days before the bank collapses that rates are likely to be higher than policymakers anticipated. It's been said that the Fed will only stop hiking rates when they break something, and now that something is broken, attention has turned to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's impressive performance this year has put it ahead of other investment options. In terms of individual stocks, Meta is up around 60% in the year to date, while among the major digital currencies, Ether has rallied 42% this year, and Solana is up more than 100%. In contrast, the tech-heavy Nasdaq is up 12% in the year to date, and the S&P 500 is up 2.5%. Gold, which is seen as an asset that investors flock to in times of market turmoil, is up just over 3% this year. Overall, the recent rise of Bitcoin is a reflection of how beaten down it was post the FTX collapse, the changing interest rate outlook, and the failure and resurrection of SVB. Despite the challenges that Bitcoin has faced in the past, it has managed to rise above them and prove its worth as a valuable investment option for those looking to diversify their portfolio.